Okay, quick update on my fancy red tiger tank. As you can see, the shrimp are doing fantastic. I already called about 20 of them and put them in the large 40 breeder, and they're definitely reproducing. As you can see, there's a lot of baby shrimp in there. I just threw a snowflake in. And again, these changes all happened when I stopped doing water changes, which again is I'm still just stunned by the fact that not doing water changes spurred the growth in this tank and the explosion of shrimp. I'm stunned by it. So basically, right now, I just gave them some snowflake. I only give snowflake again maybe once a week, twice a week at the most, and I give the powder food once a week, and I'll either give them the shrimp dinner or the fin blizzard. No water changes. I have the light running for about 12 hours. Um, and no heater. Obviously, this is all room temperature, and I just have one air filter, air pump, air filtration on there. So what I'm going to do is, based on the substrate, is rated to last about 2 years. Without doing water changes, the substrate might buffer for up to maybe 3 years or 3 or 4 years. So I guess it's some kind of volcanic ash by Brightwell. I'm going to see how long it maintains the pH. Right now, the pH is about 5.9, 6.0, around there. I do have a huge under gravel filter that I want to test out, but unfortunately, the person that bought it for me, because they got it off Timu, she had a baby and she hasn't been into work for like 3 months. So when she comes back, she'll bring me the filter. I'm sure it's at her house, but I don't want to just go to her house and be like, hey, congrats on your baby, but can I have my filter? So I'll wait for her to come back. Then I'll put the filtration the filter in with some gravel, see if I can get the pH lower. I don't want to put any buffer or any chemicals in there like Indian almond leaf extract or anything like that, because those things you have to maintain it, and I'd rather have something that's basically innate that works for itself. And then so if I get the pH lower, or when the buffering starts to increase or the buffering effects start to go away, then I might just put an undergravel filter in there, a box undergravel filter. I'll just put it next to or replace the pump that's in there right now, and see if that will then lower the pH and still filter the tank. That might be the better idea once the buffering starts to recede, which is hopefully 2 or 3 years from now. Then I'll use the undergravel filter, the undergravel box filter, put the substrate in there, and then let it do its thing. The downside to that is if you have air hitting the substrate constantly, it will reduce the lifespan, but you need less of it. So it's a smaller filter. I might only need about a quarter of a 2 pound bag to fill it, but I might only get a year of it. But I'm pretty sure I'll get down to 5.5 pH. And if that works out, then I can explore options of getting like boa shrimp, getting more, harder shrimp to breed, the step up the notch from the bee shrimp to the boa, which they're very expensive. So I have to make sure I know what I'm doing before I even try to order those, because those shrimp run from like $50 for one or whatever. But for right now, I can't even call this an experiment because it's really working out better than I expected. Um, so I'm just gonna keep doing this. The other two tanks that I have, I think today is day 14. When it's about 30 days old, in the cycling process, I'll do a video on both of those to just show you the progress and how the algae and the I don't see any cedar pods or any detritus worms in them yet, but once that starts to form, hopefully around close to day 30, I'll make a video of that. And I don't, for one of the tanks, I'm definitely going to put in the red King Kong, because those are also carrying, and some of them gave birth, which is again the first time I've ever had red King Kongs do birth. So I'll do a video on that as well. But I'm just really surprised that all this is working out, And it's all because I stopped doing water changes. Mind blowing. It's just I'm still stunned by it. But yeah, I'll do an updated video on the shadow pandas and the red king kongs shortly. Probably the shadow panda left because that shadow panda tank is completely exploded. It's almost catching up to the fancy red tigers at this point. But as you can see, the fancy red tigers, this tank is absolutely amazing. I'm so proud of it. It's doing fantastic. All right, so the next update will be on the shadow pandas. All right.